Thank you for joining me. My name is Stefen Choy, and this is Trading with Livevol. So this is where I use my own Reg T account to trade using LVX, and you guys can see what I do and how I use the software to trade. So let's just go to my account. So like I'm having a decent day today. Most of it because of the stocks maybe that I'm leaning long. I did get out of Caterpillar. These were calls that I bought for the Trade a Minute guys, and they closed it. So it looks like they're off to a decent start. For those of you guys interested, I can talk about that a little bit later. But these are all my other positions. The one, probably my two biggest positions are Apple and ZNGA. Let me actually go to Apple first. And basically, what I have are these call spreads that I'll make money if the stock stays around here. But I did buy some extra calls, the 530 calls, because I thought it might be going up. So let's look at the order flow. This is the stats tab. So every stock that I trade, basically, I always go to the stats tab and check out what the stats are, so I can see what kind of like the trading has been for the day. Looks like most of it is pretty much the same. Leaning a little bit long, looks like short premium, but most of it is pretty much flat. This is pretty much standard. Nothing to come of it. My general sense is that the next move is going to be up, so I'm preparing myself for it. I also was thinking of maybe doing more call spreads, but the one thing that I am aware of is that on April 22nd they have they're going to have earnings. So, whatever call spread I buy, if it's not these May ones are the ones that I like, but it's a little tricky because it's earnings announcement. So, not that I wouldn't put them on, but it's not as clear cut. So let's say if I try to do more of the 510, 530. See, right now the fair value is about 1350, which isn't that great in my opinion. If it was like, maybe 12, I might be willing to do it. So what I do is to price these out, I press the complex ticket and I click on whatever spread I want to do. So let's say I wanted to do, I thought the 520, 530, I can click on 520 and 540 here, and then I'll bring up the spread. So this is if I did it on the best price, this is on the worst price, and this is mid-market. And if I did one contract, this is how much it'll cost me. And then this is a total debit out of my account, not including execution costs. So, if I did this, the 520, 540, and I paid, let's say $11, my break even would be 531, which is pretty good. So, I think I'm gonna add more to it. So I'll pay 11, which is like slightly in between here, and I'll send an order right here. So buying one, and basically for me to break even, this has to trade above 531 by May expiration, and if it goes to 540, I'll make like 80% roughly on my investment. In a couple of months. So I'm going to send the order. I'm not sure if I'm going to get filled, but I'm going to add it and see how I go. Want to talk to you guys about Schlumberger. So I know when I left you guys, I didn't do any trading, but you see how you see this odd strike here, like you see there's 3-cent bid on this strike, which is a little odd to me that there's 3-cent bid, right? So these are penny bid, and this person is 3-cent bid on the April. So these expired this week, and they're 3-cent bid, which is completely out of whack, right? So on Friday, the same thing happened, except these were 4 cents and these were 8 cents. So let me see if I can actually bring that up. Yeah, so you see this SLB. So these 93 puts, right? These ones right here, I paid 8 cents, and then I sold the April 87 puts for 4 cents. Right, so I basically did this spread for 4 cents. The April 93 87 put spread, I paid 4 cents for it, and you know, it's a long shot, but you know, basically I got it from you know, one of my other trader friends said, hey, look at this crazy bid here that doesn't make sense. So looks like the person is still bid, even though there's only a week to go, and you know, basically Schlumberger has only gone up. So for somebody to buy these puts on a stock that's really low vol doesn't really make sense. Maybe they just have to close the position. I'm not necessarily saying this person is like you know, forecasting that this stock is going to fall. I think that's a very low chance, even though if you look at it, open interest is slightly increasing, but they want to buy these puts. I don't know why. What I was kind of hoping for was, so I paid 4 cents for this spread, and then I paid a penny for this spread, the 90.87. So I paid a penny for those spreads. So now I have 237 put spread, and let me just pull up the risk chart right here. So if they have a 10% down move, I make 58,000 and I put up 500 bucks. Now what I'm trying to do is, if you look at all the working orders that I have, I'm actually penny bid on these. So this is me. I'm penny bid on the 91 and 92, and the reason I'm penny bid on those is if I get filled on these 91 and 92 puts, I'm gonna try to sell these for like 8 cents. And if I sell it for 8 cents like 70 times, basically I would have paid for this whole position for free. And now I'm just kind of like, I have a lottery ticket for free and hope that Schlumberger has a little couple of bad days, right? So if you look at it, last week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically it was trading around 90. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is today, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Right, so it was trading around 93 bucks just beginning of last week. So if this thing replaces back to 93, not that it will, but these could pretty much go from like 8 cents, and they can get 10 times the value. So it's not something that I think is going to happen, but I always like basically buying these free options if I can, and then hopefully one of these days, like it hits. So it looks like the person's still 3 cent bid. As you can see, I'm penny bid here. So if I get filled, it's an easy thing for me to sell this for 3 cents. See how there are 1,000 bid there? So I'm gonna actually put in I'm gonna try it by 100. Maybe I'll pay 3 cents, right? So I'm gonna actually try to pay 3 cents for 100. There you go. So I'm 3-cent beer here as well. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so everyone else matched me, but I'm 3-cent bid. So if I get filled here and I sell this, I'm basically buying a $6 put spread for free, and then I have a lot of things I can do through the course of the week trying to make some money out of it, right? Provided SLV goes down. If it doesn't go down, really, it's not, nothing's going to happen. So that was Schlumberger. ZNGA, as you guys know, I have this position. So all I'm doing is selling the 5 puts weekly and buying the 4.5 puts, and hopefully it'll just have a bounce. So the reason, and this is when I look at the risk chart a lot, is trying to ascertain what my risk is. So this is pretty much my risk to the downside, and then if it has a pop with something, I should do okay. But for now, I'm gonna stick to my guns and feel like for long term it's gonna go up. Although it's pretty much gone down. I don't know how many days in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 11 out of 13 days it's gone down. So we'll see what happens. So that's where I'm at right now. Now, some of the stuff to trade today, I didn't have too much time to look. This was interesting, the air product, because I traded this before, the APD. It's been on a pretty good tear. So like, let's see, if you look for a year, it's gone up from 85 to around 120 right now, and the trade that people are doing is this 20-25 call spread, and then some of these others. But you see 8,000 of the total volume is calls, and if you look at these charts, basically they're buying and selling, and somewhere in between, so you don't know. But generally, looks like there's heavy call activity. If you look at this time period, you can see that people are looks like selling the 25s and maybe buying the 20s, but it's not clear. So I think it's interesting, but nothing there that I can see. Exploding IV, nothing there. Imploding. Yeah, so basically I go through these scans and see if there's something that's interesting. So this Genpack Limited, which I've never traded before, in fact I never heard it before. If you guys do trade this thing, you that they trade 5,000 of these April 20s, and then they're buying the April 17.5 puts. It's probably something that's of interest, right? So what do they do? Clients. Right, so some kind of business process management. They're like an information technology company. So if you do trade it, this is something of interest. Since this is not of my interest, I pretty much just skip it. But you can do like TD is pretty interesting. Let's see, TD, 4,000 calls traded. 320, April 43. Yeah, so they're buying these calls, or maybe they're not buying them, but basically that's what's trading. They're in the money, so they're not as significant. So that's pretty much not too much going on today. I know there's going to be earnings coming up, so I get this printout on earnings. Let me actually. This isn't it. It's the other one. Yeah, so this is the earnings coming up. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to actually do some analysis on earnings. So it'll be a earnings analysis video blog each day where I kind of talk about upcoming earnings and what the movements are. So like right away, the couple of stocks that interest me are like Apollo, maybe Micron, you know, even Monsanto or KMX. Seems like all interesting. I'm going to look at them, and I'll do that on my next video, and I'll do that right after I do this one. So I'm going to start doing more videos, but maybe segmented to categories that you guys would like. One is the earnings report was something I identified as something that would be pretty useful. As earnings come up, I can show you where the volatilities are, what the implied move is, and what the order flow is, and what I think of it. But other than that, I really don't have too much to go on, except the market is, you know, if I had to look at the market, it's pretty much range bound, and we'll see which way it breaks. So as you guys know, I kind of just like following the trend. So even though it's almost at an all-time high, because this trend has been up for the past pretty much, you know, definitely since middle of 2011, I'd like to generally just keep with the pattern. And I think with all the news out and everything coming out, my guess is the next move is going to be kind of to the upside and not to the downside, just because that's where the trend has been. So I'm trying to set it up for it. Right now, it's lukewarm on my success, but it hasn't really broken out. So I just have to be patient and see how it goes. Other than that, so for you guys who want to try Trade a Minute, go to when you guys go to tradeaminute.com, just type in Livevol and you get 1 month free. So, you know, type in Livevol and whoever sent you guys over there, it's tradeaminute.com, and you guys can get some technical analysis stuff for free for a month. It's pretty good for those of you guys who are interested in it. Other than that, I'll be here every day at 10. But also, I'll start having more reports. So I'll be on in about 10 minutes or within 10 minutes to talk about the earnings, upcoming earnings for these stocks coming up. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Good trading to you guys, and talk to you guys soon.